الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's our pleasure to welcome you to the session of Departmental Orientation for the Department of IT for the semester Fall 2024. I would like to welcome Dr. Adnan, the head of the department. On this note, Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Adnan.
Walaikum assalam.
Over to you, Sheikh.
All right, Jazakallah khair, Brother Uneeb. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Adnan Ashraf. I am head of the Department of Information Technology at IOU, and I am also a professor of Information Technology. And I welcome you all to IOU and also to the Department of Information Technology. In this session, we will go through some important information about the department, about your studies, and also how you should plan your semester. And then what are the important dates, for example, for submission of assignments and for the exams. So this is the plan. And in the end, if you have any questions, you will have time for that. So let's start now. The Department of Information Technology was established in 2015, and we started offering 3 programs. We have 1-year program, which is certificate program in IT. Then we have 2 years program, which is associate degree in IT. And then we have BSc, or bachelor's program in IT, which is a 4 years program. And you can find more information about these programs if you go to the university's website. We have some links here. So these are the links for CIT. This is the first program, 1-year program. This is the second program, 2 years, and this is the 4 years program. At the moment, we have more than 600 students enrolled in these programs, and we are growing at fast speed. And there is lots of interest from people in these programs. And every year we have more and more students. We have 6 faculty members, and I will introduce them on the next slide. In the list, you see first you see my name and also my email address. And then we have Dr. Salim Butt, and his email address is also given. Then we have Dr. Muhammad Usman and his email address. And then we have Ms. Sarina Kadir, Mr. Mohsin Nazir, and Ms. Kiran Sultana. So we have 6 faculty members, and you can see 3 are PhD. So 3 have a PhD in IT, and 3 have a master's degree in IT. And some of them at least, they are also working towards completing their PhD. As students, you are encouraged to contact faculty members whenever it is necessary. You can contact them by using these email addresses that you see here. And these email addresses are also given on the course pages. When you go to a course page, you will see that on the right side, there is a contact block, teacher's contact block. And in that block, you will see that the teacher's email address is there. Some teachers also have their phone number or WhatsApp number, and also their office hours. So you can contact them during the office hours on phone or WhatsApp, but otherwise you can contact them by email at any time. And in addition to contacting by email, it's also possible for you to contact a teacher on Ask the Teacher forum. So every course page has a forum for contacting teacher, and this forum is called Ask the Teacher forum. There are also other forums. For example, there is a forum if you have any technical issue in a course, you can report those issues on the technical forum. And similarly, there is a forum where you can just communicate with other students in the course. If we look at the semester system, I'm not sure if you are coming from semester system. Usually this is not the case, because students, when they come to a university, there is a new system in universities. Many people find it different because they didn't have something similar in their previous studies. So in a semester system, what happens is that we divide 1 year into 2 semesters. And one semester is called spring semester, the other one is called fall or autumn semester. And we are now in a fall or autumn semester. This is autumn 2024 or fall 2024. And then next year from March, we will have spring 2025 semester. So every year can be divided into 2 semesters. And in this semester or in any semester, you will have module tests, then you will have midterm exam, then assignment, and then final exam. So this is what you should know because these are very important things, and you cannot pass a course if you don't do all of these things, right? Maybe in some cases you can skip one of these things or some of these things, but in most cases it's very, very difficult to pass a course if you even skip one of these things. So module tests, basically every course has 30 modules in it or 30 lectures, and every lecture has a module test. This is a very small and very simple test, and it usually takes less than 10 minutes to do it. Then for every course, there is a midterm exam, and there is also a final exam. The midterm exam in this semester will be in November, in the second week of of this month of November 2024. And then the final exam will be next year in February, so first week of February. Then in every course, there is one assignment, only one assignment, and the due date for assignments this semester is 1st of December, right? And assignments will be published soon in the upcoming weeks. In a couple of weeks, the assignments will be available, and then you will have time. You will have about 2 months of time to work on those assignments, and the final date that you can submit your assignments without any penalty is 1st of December. After that, if you still want to submit your assignment, that will be considered as late assignment, and late assignment deadline is 10th of December, but there is a penalty if you submit your assignments late. Similarly, for midterm exams, for final exam, it's also possible that if, for example, if you were sick in that week, you couldn't do all your exams, you skipped some of your exams, there is also a possibility for a late exam, but that can also have some penalty. So you should be very, very careful if you skip any of your assignment deadlines or exams. And we suggest, we recommend, we advise all students to have a weekly plan, because in a semester system, things can be very difficult to catch up if you miss several weeks, right? So for example, if you don't do anything in the first 2 or 3 weeks, then you have lots of things to do in the 4th week, right? So every week you should do 2 lectures. You should complete 2 lectures from every course, and you should also complete their module tests. If you have not been doing that so far, then start today, start as soon as possible, and complete 2 lectures per week per course, and also complete their module tests on a weekly basis. And if you already have been lagging behind, it has been 3 weeks already, almost 3 weeks, right? So first try to complete all those lectures as soon as possible, and then module test, and then you try to continue with your normal schedule. But this is really, really important, because if you think you will be able to go through all the lecture material in 1 week before the exam, that's not going to happen. It's almost impossible to do that. Okay, then for the assignments, as I said, we have 1 assignment per course. So in every course, there is just 1 assignment, and it's really, really important that you do it correctly, and also you submit it correctly. So when you are submitting an assignment, you should make sure that you are submitting the assignment in the correct file format. Different courses have different requirements. In some courses, for example, you just submit a Microsoft Word file, right? A document. In some courses, if it is a programming course, you are probably required to do something else. Maybe a Word file, or may not be a Word file. It could also be a programming code file, right? Source code file. So it depends on the nature of the course, and based on that, you should be careful what file format is required, what is acceptable. Otherwise, you will, of course, lose maybe at least some points, and in worst case, maybe all the points of that assignment. The assignment upload limit on the website, on the Moodle page, is 2 MB. So make sure that the assignment file does not exceed this limit, otherwise you will not be able to upload your assignment. Proper referencing is very important, especially if you are working on an assignment that requires you to write some kind of an essay, so essay type assignments, then it's really, really important that you also do proper referencing. For example, if you are doing something else, if it is a program, it might not be that much important for the program to do this kind of referencing because you're submitting source code, right? But if you're submitting an essay, then it's really, really important to have proper referencing. And also, when you submit an assignment, we have a tool which checks if the assignment has any plagiarized content in it, and there is a threshold if the assignment is plagiarized more than 20%. So if the similarity score of your assignment, which will be calculated by the tool, it's more than 20%, then you can lose some marks or maybe all of the marks in your assignment. So be very, very careful. The assignment that you do, it should be your original work. It should not be somebody else's work. It should not be copy pasted from a website or from a textbook or from somewhere else. So it should only contain your original contribution, right? Nobody else's contribution should be submitted in your assignment, right? Because then it will be detected by the tool and then you will have the penalty for that. Similarly, some students think that when they use ChatGPT or other similar open AI or generative AI tools, they think that it is allowed to use these tools, and they think that they can just copy paste from these tools. That is not allowed, right? It is strictly not allowed to copy paste anything from ChatGPT. Of course, you can use ChatGPT if you are just using it to understand something, right? If you didn't understand something, for example, a technical term in a lecture or some concept you didn't understand it, and you want to see more detailed information about that topic or that term, then it's okay to use ChatGPT to improve your knowledge, right? To improve your understanding of the topic or the concept, then it is perfectly fine. If you're just using it to increase your knowledge, then we have no issue with that. But when it comes to producing an assignment or answering a question in the exam, then it is prohibited to use ChatGPT for that, right? Do not do that, because then you will be penalized. You can actually have 0 points in your assignment, 0 points in your exam if you use ChatGPT, if you copy paste from ChatGPT. So please be very, very clear on this, that ChatGPT can be used in a positive way if you want to understand things in more detail, if you want to understand concepts, terminologies, and so on in more detail. That is okay. Then it is okay to use ChatGPT or other generative AI tools, but it is prohibited to copy paste things from ChatGPT into your assignments or into your exams. Uh, that is plagiarism, right? So that's why it's not allowed. And also the tool that we use for plagiarism detection, that tool can also check if you have copy pasted any text which was not written by you, which was actually AI generated, right? So we have this capability in the plagiarism tool that it can check, it can detect if you have copied, pasted some text from ChatGPT. So please do not do that. This is a clear warning. And after this, if you still do it, then you will have the penalty in the assignment grade or in the exam grade. Also, it's very, very important that when you are uploading your assignment, use the correct file. What does it mean? It means that sometimes students, instead of submitting the assignment file, which was their final assignment file, because sometimes students create multiple versions, right? Because you have 2 months of time to work on an assignment. So sometimes what students do, they create a file and then after a few weeks they edit it and then they save it as a new version, and then later on, maybe after a few days, another new version. And then in the end, instead of submitting the most uh, recent version or the latest version, what they do is they by mistake submit an older version, which is incomplete, right? or has some problems. Then, of course, it's not possible to fix this problem because the system that we use for assignment submission does not allow a second attempt, right? Similarly, some students, what they do is that, for example, they are working on a programming course assignment, and then there is another course, for example, an Islamic studies course. And when it comes to submit the assignment in programming course, they are submitting Islamic studies assignment in programming course, or programming assignment in Islamic studies course, which of course will have 0 points in your assignments. So if you do that, the impact will be that as a result, you will get 0 points because the teacher in that course, for example, the programming course, is not expecting to see Islamic studies assignment, right? And the teacher in the Islamic studies course is not expecting to see a programming assignment. So if you mix up these files, then it's a problem and you will get 0 points in the assignment. So don't do that. Be very, very careful before submitting an assignment. You should double check everything and then you submit it. Then there are some also department specific guidelines here. Because we are information technology department, we try to focus on technical skills, problem solving skills, programming skills, and there are also some mathematics courses. So in the assignments, we also try to see if you have actually gained these skills at a certain level, which was required for that course or not. And you should be ready for that, right? So don't just expect that you will be asked to write essays. No, that's not going to happen. Maybe, yes, in some courses, it's okay to have some essays and we will ask you to write essays, but that is not applicable in all courses. In most of the courses, the tasks are quite technical, or they involve some problem solving, some mathematics and programming and so on. And then for all the students in the university, there is a study skills course, and I have more information about this course on the next slide. The link is given here, but it's also given on the next slide. So this is a link for this course, or you can just go to Moodle and you can search for study skills course and then you can enroll it. This course is for your own learning, for your own knowledge. There is no exam and there is no assessment in this course. You will not receive a grade for this course. It's only to increase your knowledge about how to write an essay, how to effectively manage your time when you're studying, or writing an essay, or writing some other text for a course, or you're just studying in a course. So how do you effectively manage your time, and also how do you do proper referencing? This is very, very important, and many students struggle with this. So this course is there. It's a free course for all the students in the university. Anybody can enroll it. And again, there is no assessment. There are no tests. There are no exams, no assignments in this course. You just go through these 5 modules on your own and with your own pace, right? So nobody is gonna check if you have finished all these modules in 1 week or in 1 month or 2 months. No, that's not the case. It's for you, and it's also up to you how fast or how slow you want to complete these. But of course, try to finish all of these as soon as possible before start working on the assignments, right? Because this will help you with you, not only with studying a different courses, but also it will help you with the proper referencing in assignments and essay writing and time management and so on. What are the program learning outcomes? So for the bachelor's program in IT, the main focus, as I said, is on technical skills, on programming. We also cover different programming languages. If you are in the first semester, you already have a C++ course, a programming fundamentals course, which is taught with C++. And then after that, we will have another course with more information about programming, object-oriented programming. And then we also have a course where you will learn Java. And then we have web programming courses. We have mobile programming courses, our mobile application development courses, and so on and so forth. So there are many different courses. Some are based on Java, and some are based on C++, some are based on some other web technologies and so on. And in addition to that, we also have several courses on databases. So if you are interested in specializing, for example, in databases, that is also possible. We also have several courses on computer networks and communication and network security. So all of these topics are also covered in several courses. So that is also a specialization area. You can also specialize in computer networks. Uh, and similarly, software development is also covered in many different ways, not only just programming, but also software development as a whole, right? The whole process, the how a software or a piece of software or software application should be developed, what process should be followed, what are the different ways to gather requirements, for example, from clients, and then how to design the solution by using different kinds of models or different kinds of diagrams, and then also then how to do programming, how to develop the application, and then also how to test it and maintain it and so on. So all of these things are covered. So we have a focus on several things. So this program is quite comprehensive in the sense that you get to learn not only programming, but also software development in detail. Then, as I said, databases in detail, computer networks in detail. We also have artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and so on. So we also have advanced topics, right? So this is a very comprehensive program. And by the end, you will have knowledge of all, at least, if not all, at least most of the core areas and also some advanced areas in information technology. And we hope that this knowledge will benefit you as a student. It will help you to find a career, and it will also then help you to be a more productive member of your society. And we also try to teach all these courses from an Islamic perspective. And you will see examples, Islamic knowledge or Islamic examples in many of the courses that you will study. Okay, career paths. There are many different career paths. People who complete the bachelor's in IT with us, they have, as I said already, that they have multiple different possibilities to pursue after their studies. Of course, they can also go for higher studies. That is also possible. They can also start teaching, or they can also start working as freelancers. Many students also do that. But if you want to find a job in government agencies or organizations or some private institutions, there are many jobs that you can apply for based on your studies with us. For example, again, software development jobs, software engineering, software development jobs, then also network administrators, computer and network administrators. These jobs are also required in many different organizations, right? And similarly, database administrators, right? And then web developers, web programmers, mobile application development programmers, mobile application developers, and so on. So there are many different jobs, and also cloud computing, AI jobs, and so on. So there are many jobs for which we try to prepare you. And we hope that after completing your studies, you will be able to find a career that you want to pursue. And also, we try to, at IOU, we also try to help you with that. We have IOU placement department, which helps you find a job. Sometimes we also try to arrange some internships, right? So we have done that in the past several times, actually, with different IT companies in different countries. And we have actually quite a good experience with that, and students loved that. We have also tried to offer some additional courses, sometimes free of cost, sometimes with some additional charge. It depends on who is teaching those courses and how they are organized. For example, we had Python course because we don't have Python in the curriculum. So many people these days, they want to learn Python as a separate programming language. So we also try to do that sometimes. And then we also had a course on cybersecurity, so students can understand these things in a more detailed manner. So additional things we try to do as much as we can for you, but of course it also depends on your motivation, how much time, how much energy you want to put in your studies, and how motivated you are to to do great things in your life. And not only while you're studying with it, but also what is your future plan after that, right? So it's up to you how much effort, how much time, how much dedication, how much motivation you have. And based on that, of course, the students with higher level of motivation and dedication, they tend to achieve more or better results as compared to students who are lagging with their motivation, or they don't allocate enough time and they don't plan things beforehand. So be very careful with your time, because the time is limited. It's for everybody. It's not just for you. It's for everybody. The time that we have is limited, so we should plan it very wisely. All right. Then it's possible that in some courses you have some issues. I always advise students to contact the concerned teacher as soon as possible. So if there is any issue in a course, your first contact point is the course teacher. Do not try to skip the course teacher. Do not try to report to higher authorities without first talking to the teacher, because when you talk to a teacher, you are also showing respect, right? So this is very important. This is a good ethic, and it aligns with the academic norms that the teacher should receive the respect that they deserve, right? They are putting in a lot of effort for you, and they should be the first contact point in any issue with the course, right? So try to contact your teachers as soon as possible. Try to contact them by email, but don't expect them to answer within 24 hours. It's almost impossible with so many students, right? You can imagine, if you have hundreds of students and they are all sending you emails on a daily basis, it's almost impossible for anybody to keep track of all the emails and to answer them emails, because answering emails also take hours, right? So we spend so many hours just answering emails, reading and answering emails. So this is also a lot of work for us, but we try to answer as soon as possible. So be patient, and if you don't receive a response from teacher, for example, even after a week, then you can contact the head of the department. Or if you are not satisfied with the teacher's response, you can contact the head of the department, and I'm the head of the department for this department, and you can contact me on either of these email addresses. Both of these email addresses are in my use. And then if something is still not resolved at the head of the department's level, then you can also contact the dean of the faculty by using this email address. But this is something which has never happened. Most of the issues are resolved at the teacher's level, and sometimes some issues are resolved by me, but we didn't have any case in the last 10 years, almost 10 years now, that the dean of the faculty was involved in resolving any of the students' issues. But you are not allowed to contact vice chancellor or chancellor of the university for any issues. You should never do that. And if you try to do that, then there can also be some disciplinary actions. So this is the end of my presentation. And if you have any questions, please feel free now. Over to you, Brother Unib.
Jazakallahu khairan. Thank you so much, Dr. Adnan, for such an enlightening and very, very useful talk. So if the students have any questions, they can please post it out on the chat, and I will announce them to Dr. Adnan so that you can address them, please. Dear brothers and sisters, students, do you have any questions? If you do have them, please post them out in the chat box. And if there are any non-academic questions, you can always post them out to the help desk at the email ID, which I've already shared, helpdesk@iou.edu.gm. So there's a question by Eddie Mola. Student email addresses, how do I get it? So Dr. Nan, you would like to address this?
Yes, I can address it. As far as I know, we don't have student email addresses, so you just use your personal email addresses.
So it seems like no questions at the moment. Dr. Adnan?
All right, then we can end the session.
Inshallah, then Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much. Barakallah feekum, Dr. Adnan. We thank Dr. Adnan for enlightening talk and all the students for being a part of the session. May Allah bless us with all beneficial knowledge and place His barakah in all His efforts and our path to seeking knowledge. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair, Brother Unib.